Hi, I'm Pete, and welcome to Just a Few Acres Farm. Today, hopefully, I'm going to rake and bale up that hay. It's a beautiful, cool morning. I want to take you out to see the cattle. We have 6 calves. 3 of them came while we were in Missouri, so Hillary and I had to hustle when we got back and find them all and tag them and such. Best times of seeing calves with moms nursing is early in the morning and late in the evening. Hi, Patty. This is Patty's calf, Domitius, we call him, or Dom. He's always with Mom throughout the day. This is Coco and her calf. Yeah. During the day, usually after the calf has breakfast, they'll find tall grass on the other side of the fence and lay down for a good part of the day. Here's a couple more calves. This one is Tulip's calf. She's right there. Hey, little ones. Good morning, guys. Hey, little ones. This is Ginger and her calf. And this is Dolly and her calf. The calves are in the phase, since they're only a couple weeks old, that they'll either hang with Mom or they're laying by themselves in the grass someplace. When they get a little older, they'll start to bunch up. So you'll see all the calves will hang together and spend the day together, and they usually have at least one nanny mom that's with them while the herd is off grazing if the calves are separated. Here's my raking rig, 1950 Farmall MD and a New Holland 258 rake. Gasoline on, ignition switch on, changeover lever ahead to gasoline mode. Let her warm up on gasoline and switch over to diesel. There's a very slight amount of dew left on the tires, but today it's going to be hot. It'll dry off in no time. Gearbox engaged. 10 turns down. 1, 2. Here we go. 3rd gear. All the way around the field, first pass, kick the hay in. Second pass, kick the hay out, and I try to nudge it over a little bit. And I'm going to come over here a little bit because I want to push this windrow out. This is a south hedgerow, so it gets shade. So I'll push that first pass right into the second. There's a million different ways to rake, that's for sure. This is a triangular shaped field, so I think what I'm going to do is push in from both sides all the way around. That way you move the hay less. It certainly doesn't hurt when you have a beautiful day and a sweet sounding tractor. You know, I really second-guessed myself tedding this yesterday, but I'm glad I did. I still got some wet spots. It'll dry in the windrow pretty good because it gets air through it. No moldy smell, but the ground is still wet and cool because of the spring we had. If I hadn't have tedded it, I would have been against the wall with rain because there's thunderstorms day after tomorrow. I would have been bailing tomorrow. I guess all the dead orchard grass threw my sense of how dry it was off. Sometimes this will start on diesel when it's hot. We'll leave that in. Yep. Started on diesel. It was hot. Alright, let's quit screwing around. This field is done. On to the chicken field. Chickens. I'm doing the same thing raking with this field, pushing two passes together to make one windrow. Seems like I rake differently every time. Here's what we got on this field. You know, some of it is okay. That's okay. And some of it is just this real stalky stuff. And of course, I got burdocks, mainly right up in there on the side of the hill. And it's got green spots too, even though I tedded it yesterday. Done. Cows are taking their midday siestas. Let's bale some hay. Gotta lower the pickup. The baler hits 5, I'm full. Full for what I want anyway. It's coarse. Not a bad looking bale though. Some FAQs about this old Gale baler that I have. It makes loose bales. It can make tighter bales. It's got settings to tighten them up more, but it's an old baler, so I'd rather make loose bales than have breakdowns. I stopped the PTO before I dumped the bale because you see that the belts loosen up when you open the back door. And if you don't stop the baler, you're going to get a shaggier bale for one thing as they rub against the bale as it's coming out. And for the other thing, those belts will cross. It takes about a year to get used to a new baler, and I had some growing pains with this, but it works great now. The reason I back up before I dump the bales so I can catch a chaff that fell out of the chamber when I go forward again and start the next bale. Twine box is right here. Doesn't take a lot of twine. Not like baling square bales where you go through balls and balls of it. You saw the pickup is manual. You set the level manual. The tie arm is down there and you bring it back and forth, and you have to feed hay into the chamber to get it started to grab the end of the twine. When it comes back, it'll cut it, but it doesn't tie it. It just relies on the overlap of the string to keep it on. That pointer up there shows the bale diameter, and that pointer will move as it grows. It goes up to 6 foot here. This chamber's 5 foot wide. It can make a 5 foot by 6 foot round bale. I only make 5 by 5s because I can stack them 3 high in the barn that way. I can't stack 6 by 6s 3 high. All you ever want to know about an old round baler. You know, this hay's not that bad. Clover leaves. That's dead orchard grass, the more bleached stuff. Couple other things. I do not make wide windrows. They're kind of a single heap. The reason being the chamber is the same width as the pickup right here. This baler does not have gathering wheels to bring it in. So to make an even bale packed on the sides as well as in the center, I weave on the windrow. That way I can pack the sides really good and create a tight bale on the sides instead of this kind of deal or, you know, different. The other thing is that here at the draw pen, I made a special draw pen and I cut it just to the length of this tongue, and then I have a clip so it doesn't catch very much hay at all in big windrows. Oh yeah, and that squealing you hear at the very start of a bale is the belts rubbing against one of the drums that hasn't started rotating yet. It's completely normal, it's nothing to worry about. Old balers are not grab and go. You got to get to know how they work and their little idiosyncrasies. got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and about a half a bale in the chamber. 16 and a half bales off of, I think this field's 4.5 acres, 5 acres, something like that. Field number 2. This is that stocky stuff, but even it looks pretty good when it's in a bale. On this field, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and a third in the chamber. What's going on here? Eat away, you bulls. $26 bales, I think. 26 1/3. It's a good day's work. I'm whipped. I'm going to leave them outside and pick them up probably tomorrow. I don't think they're going to heat up. It was a long day. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.